Okay. So it says that I'm live, but I can't find it. Can you guys hear me? I am live. I really am. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I am now, Lisa. Okay, there must have been a delay because, I always use my phone to look at my chat, and I use my Chromebook to stream. But it is still saying it is. Okay, now it is. Now it's live. There must have been a delay. Okay, let me see who's all in here. Tremaine, Lovable Rogue, Poppies in Normandy, Lisa, Black Rose, Sass, good afternoon, TC, Misty, Jamie, Cheryl, Susan Elder, Karen Pollard, good morning, welcome. Faithful One, sure don't miss anybody. Southern Mom, Nika Crafts. Hey, welcome. I think I said that right. So y'all can hear me. Hey, Alex. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Oh my gosh, I started not to do a live, guys. I'm exhausted. Every time I follow one of these cases and there's breaking news like this one, like the Dulos case, Evelyn Boswell, it makes me manic and I get exhausted. I get too wrapped up into it, I guess. Hey, Just Ellie, Jean, Light Feather, Mel. Like I had like a million things going through my mind yesterday about this case, just wondering who put those bodies there or who killed the kids. We know Chad put them there. He used to be a grave digger. He must have buried deep. Hey, Gingerlock's mom, Morgan. I saw a video of Larry Woodcock. He went out to Chad Daybell's property, talked to a reporter for a few minutes. It made me cry listening to him. He said he didn't come out there, start trouble or anything like that. Just wanted to come and see, where JJ had been put in the ground at. So sad. Yesterday was a crazy day, wasn't it, Jamie? We was in freaking Discord all day talking about this, and the ladies in Discord helped me, find the bond hearing and all that. They helped me a lot. So thanks, ladies. They said that it broke my heart too. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. They said that Lori, this is the rumor, the night that the kids were found, Lori tore up her cell. And I kept thinking, did she tear up her cell because maybe he lied to her and was like, I'm going to take the kids and put them in a safe spot with someone, stash them somewhere. Maybe she didn't know they was dead. Or is she setting up the stage so that she can blame Chad? Is she going to pretend like she didn't have anything to do with this? I think she knew. I really do. Anything's possible. She could not have, but you know what? She should have never had her kids around him. She was their mother. She was responsible for them, for the care and safety. So really, kind of in my mind, it don't really even matter to me if she knew or not, because she shouldn't have had those kids around someone like that. And from what I understand, that bond hearing, one of the sets of remains, they must have did something to the body, dismembered, burned it. I watched another video of a neighbor giving an interview that lived across the street, and guess what? Last fall, Chad had some big bonfires there, and here in the springtime, here recently, had some bonfires out there. No, she shouldn't, and the police were warned. Well, you know what blows my mind? It's when Charles Bellow was killed. How did they rule that as self-defense? From what I've seen of Alex Cox on the body cam footage that day, he didn't have a bruise on him if he was attacked with a baseball bat. He was holding the back of his head. That don't mean he was really hit there. Hey, Ariana, Angel, Barry Mary. Chad convinced Lori the kids were zombies. Yeah, he put that in her head about Charles as well, saying Charles was no longer Charles. Someone had possessed him. And she really, according to her friend, the Gibbs lady, she really didn't believe it at first. Then she bought into it hook, line, and sinker. Incompetent police. Yeah. I mean, Lori on body cam footage is out there talking to the police officer like it's just a normal damn day, talking about, they're new to the neighborhood. What's the neighbors probably thinking? And her husband was just shot dead in her home by her brother. Then she goes on to a pool party later that day, I think. See, now Charles Bellow case can't be investigated. Alex is dead. Well, true. But, okay, so he's dead, but what if they can find something that proves that Lori got him to shoot Charles, like it was premeditated? And so I did find out, we were wondering where Chad Daybell's kids were. Well, they did live at the house with him. His children did live with him. They were asked to leave so they could come in and do the search the other morning. What was it, Tuesday morning? Did you hear where JJ's grandparents were told it was JJ's body? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the, I think it was East Idaho News, I saw that. I could go through my YouTube history. I just watched it this morning, but yeah, he went out to the property, Chad's property. Gosh, it was heartbreaking. He was so upset. At the end of the interview, he said, my little man. But yeah, he confirmed, yeah, it's them. It blows my mind too. Hey, Marie. That's probably why they killed Tylee. Yeah. I think that's probably the one reason why they killed her. They killed Tammy too. Chad killed Tammy. I believe he did. Now the autopsy has they've not released the results of it, but it's my opinion that he more than likely did. I shouldn't say he did kill her yet. I think he did. Let me put it that way. Now, Chad's family did release a statement. I got it pulled up here. Chad Daybell's parents' family issues a statement for all who are suffering and grieving. We hoped and prayed over many months for the safety. Okay, it says, it is with heavy hearts and extreme sadness that we wish to express our love and condolences to the families of JJ and Tylee. We especially want to convey our sorrow to Larry and Kay Woodcock and Colby Ryan for the pain and suffering they have endured for many months, and especially at this time. We have hoped and prayed over the many months for the safety and well-being of JJ and Tylee, and we are devastated by their passing. We are heartbroken that these beautiful children's lives were ended tragically and prematurely, and for the emptiness and pain it leaves in the lives of their loved ones. We also continue to mourn for Tammy, who has been a daughter and sister to us and a part of our family for nearly 30 years. She was the sweetest and kindest person and a wonderful mother to her children. The lives of her children have been devastated since she passed away and through the events of the past months and recent days. We emphasize and know that for every family and loved one involved, healing may take a lifetime. We send our most sincere love and prayers to all those who are suffering and grieving at this time. See, I feel bad. I feel bad for Tammy and Chad's kids. Because they're not, they had nothing to do with what these two monsters have done. They lost their mother. And then their daddy runs off to Hawaii and marries a woman whose kids are missing. My heart goes out to them. Imagine, of course, how Larry and Kay are feeling. I can't imagine that. But Tammy Daybell's children, they're going to know their daddy was cheating on their mommy and probably killed their mom. Yeah, I can't stand Chad Daybell. I despise that man. But his kids, my heart goes out to them. Just imagine your daddy doing all this stuff. I think one of his daughters, she's really close to Chad, thought a lot of him, so they're going to feel like, hey, we never even knew our dad. And just think, they were there living in that house, and Chad had those two kids buried in the backyard, Tylee and JJ. I also saw a video of the Daybells moving furniture out of that house. If I was those kids, I'd never want to step foot on that property again. The depths of this crime is unbelievable. Hey, this is like a movie, Carla. This is like a daggone movie. It's had so many twists and turns in it. It would not surprise me any if we know Chad's a manipulator and brainwasher. It wouldn't surprise me if he did have her so brainwashed and manipulated that she believed he took her kids and stashed them somewhere. But something inside of me tells me that's not true. Because why would he do that? What would be the motive? Why didn't they kill his kids and get them out of the way? I thought about that too last night. They wanted rid of Lori's kids and out of their way, but they didn't harm Chad's. You know what I'm saying? Thank God they didn't harm Chad's kids. Thank God. Poor kids. You couldn't write a script like this. Exactly, TC. This movie's been going on for 7 to 8 months. I guarantee Lifetime will make a movie out of this. Wait and see. Of course. They're all grown and should understand what crazy things he has done, unless he's fooling them too. Poor kids. What ages are they, Black Rose? Do you know? Are they like barely adults, 18, 19? Or are they a lot older than that? I thought one of his daughters was at least in her late 20s. I could be wrong. If I was those kids, I would tell you one, that's not my dad. Yeah. Well, it's really not their dad. It's not the dad that they thought he was. 2020 has been a horrible year and only half over. I agree, Susan. Just the way she was looking for wedding stuff before Tammy died and how she acted when her husband was killed. I think she knew everything. I think she did too. What in the hell happened to this woman? She used to be halfway normal. I mean, Colby said that she was a good mom, and they were really close at one point. I think yesterday I was calling him Cody. Sorry about that. I was just so worked up and manic over everything happening. I feel like the prefab house he was attending to put on his property was an effort to conceal the bodies. The permit was denied, however. Oh, really? Kim says he's a grandpa. See, I thought his daughter was older, and I had heard that he had her brainwashed. She believed everything her daddy said about these visions and all that. Like, I do believe there are certain people in the world that have special gifts. There's a lot of people out there that fake having visions and, psychic abilities. But I do believe there are certain people that are gifted. Chad Daybell is not one of them. Tammy Daybell seemed like a really sweet person. She had, my Chromebook cut off. Let me get back on my screen. StreamYards. My screen went black. I was clicked on that article. But she seemed like a nice person. She had a pet duck. It tells me a lot about her. Tells me she was a gentle soul. On her tombstone, they got a duck engraved and 5 little ducklings behind it. It's really cute. I think her kids had that set up. CC, I can read your mind. Hey, I ordered some tarot cards. Yeah. I used to have a set, and it comes with like a little book to tell you what the cards mean. So we'll have some fun with those on here. We'll not be doing no card readings about cases because I don't know what I'm doing. We'll just play around with them. A pet duck says it all. Yeah, to have a pet duck, you've got to be a gentle soul. Ever since I've read that, that's always stuck out to me because, I got my chickens that I love, my birds. I had the goose and duck that used to visit and come and eat. Unfortunately, that goose doesn't come up anymore because her little duck friend disappeared. She don't want to make the journey alone, I don't guess. Seth Daybell plays a game called Portal. Okay, so Angel is Seth's Chad's son, right? The request would have included location for site. This may have been given authorities probable cause. Yeah, I'm just wondering if the niece, what's her name, Melanie Bedreau, made a deal with the FBI. I'm wondering if they got a tip that the bodies were there, or they were there searching for something else and had the cadaver dogs with them, and the cadaver dogs made a hit. But I think it's looking like someone may have gave them a tip that the bodies were there, because they went there prepared to dig, from what I understand. Cece always says what I'm thinking, so I can just sit back with my coffee and say, you go, girl, I hear you. I'm with you on that one. Tori Hartman has some beautiful cards. I ordered a beginner set. They're nothing special. They look like, I wanted some that look like the old school tarot cards. And they come with a little box and a little book. A noted psychic did a report that Tylee's body would be badly mutilated. Were the bodies there before Tammy died? Oh my God, Turquoise Kitten. Good question. Okay. The kids disappeared in September. Tammy died in October, right, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. So, I bet the bodies were somewhere else before they were put on Chad's property, maybe. Or maybe he caught Tammy out of town and buried them there. It's a great question. Oh, I gotta look at something, guys. Turquoise Kitten's got me all curious here. She's got my mind working. Hey, Bieber. Erica. Hey, Erica. I'd say that Lori might have turned on Chad by the cops telling her about cheating on her. Yeah. Well, you know, her lawyers could have gotten through to her. It's like, look, lady, you better help yourself before it's too late. So I think the kids were last seen in September. I'm going to look and see the exact date. I thought she died in October. Just because they were last seen in September don't mean they died in September. They could have took them somewhere and held them and then killed them. Okay, she died in October 2019. Okay, let me look up something else. I get all my dates confused. Yeah, the last seen last September. So the kids went missing before Tammy died. So how did he get the bodies out there and bury them? Tammy was still alive. Unless those bodies were in that storage unit. And remember the surveillance footage of Chad and Lori at that storage unit carrying stuff out? I think, didn't they carry something, rolled up rug? I can't remember what they carried out. A toad or something. Those bodies could have been at that storage unit. Then after Tammy dies, he goes and gets them and buries them. When was they at that storage unit? We need to find that out. Jamie, do you know? Do you know what month it was when they were caught on surveillance at that storage unit? Yes, 2 different days in September. Each kid was seen. She died in early October. Okay, so the last known picture of Tylee was early in September, taken at Yellowstone Park, right? And then JJ was seen a few weeks later after that on like doorbell cam footage at home. outside. I guess he was playing with the neighbor's kid. Then Tammy dies in October. Then Alex dies, Alex Cox. He dies in December. Did Alex kill Tylee and JJ for Lori and Chad? And then they put the bodies at the storage place. Then after Tammy died, Chad went and got the bodies, him and Lori, and buried them on his property. Before and after they shot at Melanie's husband. Let me go back and see what she said. I think they listened to phone calls about the permit for the house, which would be totally out of the spectrum on this case and reason for suspicion. It's a good point, Poppies. Before and after they shot at Melanie's husband. Tammy died on October 19th. Thank you, Jean. I was thinking the same thing, CC. I think the storage film was in February. Thank you. Thank you, Lightbender. So, that was in February. Gosh, could they have had those bodies in that storage place from September to February? Weren't they afraid the police would go there before they got a chance to move them, though? I'm trying to work it all out in my head, guys. Gosh, I want to know all these details. Looks like that's what happened. I believe so, Erica. I believe if she tore up her cell and the pod she was in and all that, she's just setting up the stage to blame Chad for it all. Jana Gibson. Hey, hon, welcome. I hope I said your name right. Jana? Is it Jana? When Chad smacked Lori's butt. Yes, that's the footage I'm talking about from the storage place, Jean, when he slapped her butt. KBF, I'm here listening now. I love y'all. Can't chat. I'm getting ready to go. Be safe. Thanks for stopping in. Samantha. I don't think they were in the storage unit. Where you think, really, Samantha? Hey, Robin. No, nothing's happening. We're just discussing theories. Just what I thought. They going to blame Alex, the brother. But the backseat of the Jeep was in the unit and seen on video. Let me go back to my chat. Well, that's what I was thinking, Poppies. If they, after I said that, I thought if they were in the storage unit that long, their bodies would decompose. It would smell. There was a mom I'm going to have to look. I think I put it in my title. I was going to tell you about, but she had a bad smell coming through from her apartment. Police were called. She had her toddler inside, little body decomposing. She murdered her child. I'll pull up the details here in a minute. But that's what got her caught, the smell. It was a back seat out of a vehicle. I believe it was what they determined. They moved. They moved the back seat to shoot someone with a paintball gun. I'm not going to give these guys that much credit. I mean, these people is idiots. Did they really think they were going to pull this off? Tammy dead, Charles dead, the kid's gone, and they was just going to ride away into the sunset? Sail away to their tropical island? I mean, they must be complete freaking idiots. I thought Chad had a college education. He is an idiot. He's got books written, but they're self-published. Nobody wants to publish his garbage. The whole world's gone crazy, Robin. Is that a Tree of Life picture? I'm going to put your comment up on the screen so I can see. I got a thing for like the Tree of Life stuff. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. I got this metal tree. It's, and you hang it on your wall. It's the Tree of Life. It's really cool. And I've got like the earrings. How can cat litter have smells? It does nothing for the smells of cats. I know, Marie. I've thought about that too. You know, how people use, like, that's what John Wayne Gacy, he did. He used like cat litter and lime and stuff and tried to cover up the smell, but it didn't work. Wonder if the shooting was to put the cops off the kids being killed. I think they were going to kill Melanie Boudreau's husband, Brandon, because he was too close. He knew too much about them. He knew how crazy they were. Wonder what I think Lori's family did put out a statement. I can find it in a minute. But I'm just wondering what they're thinking of their sweet, precious Lori now. I always said, that bitch ain't going to lead nobody into heaven's gates. She might be leading some demons into hell. That's about it. I can't believe she really thought that. That tree pic is cool enough to be on a poster and t-shirts I'd buy. I know. I love it. I've got like this little chest in my bedroom. It's really cute. It looks antique, but on the front, it's got a tree painted on it, on the drawers and everything. And it's got little birds. It's really cute. Yeah, but saying that it took the cops long enough to put it together. They must have covered their tracks like, pretty good. Because it took the cops a while to put all the evidence together and stuff. Now, Melanie Boudreau's new husband, I think he's the smartest one out of the whole bunch because he was trying to work with the FBI, I believe, and be wired up and get some recordings. I think he's got a little bit more common sense than the rest of them, but he needs to run for the hills, honey, because she's liable to take him out too, Melanie. She's just as crazy as her aunt. I watched her interview on TV. I think she's weird. I'm sorry, but I think she's a weirdo. She just acts weird when she talks. I wouldn't trust her for 2 seconds. My back turned. A psychic is not facts. No, a psychic is not facts. I just find them interesting to listen to. Like I said, there's certain people that really have true gifts. And there's a lot of people that fake having special gifts. Look like the backseat of her SUV. Okay, so are you guys saying, was there a car kept at the storage unit? Yeah, he needs to run, not walk. Run, boy, don't walk. She is weird, they say. Yeah, I thought she acted weird. Her husband acts like he was halfway normal, but then again, he's married to her, so is he really that normal? I think he had enough common sense to be like, I'm going to help authorities because eventually these people are going down. I think he's got a little bit of a conscience and stuff. Could be wrong. I thought she was weird. Yes. Mandy, let's see. I missed somebody in here. I'm just going back through my comments. I thought I saw, okay. Well, if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Oh, Mandy Hall. There she is. They should both be charged with murder, in my opinion. They were both complicit in what happened to those children. Yeah, and I'd say that Melanie Boudreau made a deal. She's probably got immunity, guys. She probably spilled everything that she knew. I don't know if she knew the kids were deceased. Then again, she does act weird. But mate, she believed everything her stupid aunt said. No car kept there. The back seat was just dropped off. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Okay. I think he's part of it in trying to get a lighter sentence. Really, he could be. That's why I like talking to y'all. Y'all make some good points. If divorce was so bad in their religion, why was Lori divorced 3 times and Melanie once? Exactly. Maybe Chad was the one that didn't want to have a divorce under his belt against his religion. That's against his religion, but murder's not. It goes for both of them. Melanie seems like a pre-programmed automaton. They want to talk about zombies. She's exhibit A. Yeah, she blindly followed her Aunt Lori and everything she said. Now, Melanie's mother, Lori's sister, she died when she was really young. Now, allegedly, she died of diabetes, complications with that. But did she? Did she really die of that, I wonder? Wonder if they done an autopsy on her. Lori wasn't in that religion yet, that's why. So they're Mormons, right? Like Mormons, they don't drink coffee. Damn sure don't smoke cigarettes. They don't drink soda or anything, do they? Which that's fine and dandy, you know. I don't have anything against people, whatever religion, you know. I don't care, but I'm just saying that's not my cup of tea because I drink the hell out of coffee and I smoke cigarettes. I'm going. I'd be going through the whole damn family tree. Hey, Michelle P. Good morning. Does anyone else think the interview with Melanie Gibb came close on the heels of Chad being arrested? Yeah, that is. Yeah, it is close, isn't it? You know, she's been cooperating with authorities. She seems like an idiot too, though. I mean, during that interview, that guy was like, "Well, did you 100? You know, did you 100% believe all this nonsense?" Basically, they're telling you. She's like, "Not 100%. I had my doubts," and I'm like, "You had your doubts." What an idiot. Who would believe that about zombies and stuff? Soulless beings. I would have had more than my damn doubts. I would have been saying, y'all are crazy as hell. My response to someone like that, if they told me that, I'd be like, well, you know, if that's what floats your boat, but I don't believe that. Not going to convince me of that. These people must have no common sense. They're like sheep trotting around. Hell, my little goat's got more of a mind than them. You know, she makes up her own mind what she wants to do. She don't blindly follow me around. That's what I'm trying to say. Her husband saved her. I believe she'd be going down too. Yep. No, she has never been to that house. CC's honesty is great. It's the truth. I told someone the other day, I was like, Annabelle's got more of a mind than these people. She does what she wants when she wants. And usually goats are not that way. They usually follow the herd, right? Not my Annabelle. I'm gonna make some t-shirts up and I'm gonna put Chad Daybell's, well, no, maybe I shouldn't put his picture, but I'm gonna put cuff them and stuff them on t-shirt. Put Chad Daybell's picture and it X'd out, cuffed and stuffed. No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't damn sell anything with his picture on it. I'm just joking around. I did take great pleasure in seeing him cuffed and stuffed, though. I've been waiting for it for months and months and months. That interview she did was so cringy. I don't trust anyone who was friends with that killer cult couple. Exactly. I wonder animals tell on themselves with their guilty looks. Yes, Poppy. Yes, they sure do. Annabelle always tells on herself how she gets out of the fence. She always does. She'll go right back to the same place. And I'll go look, and yep, sure enough, there's hair on the fence where she's jumped over. Go look for evidence on that goat. I think Lori is the only hot woman he ever had. His wife of 33 years is dead. I don't think he could handle more than one woman. Michelle P., yes, cuffed and stuffed. Yeah, he sure was. I wonder what was going through his mind. Now, his neighbor said he pulled out the morning they served the search warrant. Chad pulled out real fast, like he was going to try to speed away and get away because he knowed what was going down. He knowed they was going to find them bodies. But the cops speeded up to him, unmarked vehicles, and pulled him over. He was going to try to get away. I don't know where the hell he thought he was going. Did you see how bad Chad looked in his picture? Yes. Can you imagine what was going through his mind when they banged on the door, search warrant, everybody out? Thank you, Black Rose. Cool super chat sticker. That's so cool. Thank you. Well, just think about how much stress. I mean, he had to have been stressed out all these months, worrying, are they going to figure out what we did? Are they going to find the bodies? Not being able to get Lori out. They couldn't run anywhere. Everybody's constantly got their eyes on him. They said he hadn't been out of the house much in the last few months. I swear, I believe those bodies were somewhere else because his neighbor said they just recently, earlier in the spring, he had a couple big bonfires out there, and last fall. I just don't see how they had to have been somewhere else. Tammy didn't die till October. The kids disappeared in September, unless the kids they were alive for a short time when they, right when they first disappeared, and then they were killed later. I don't know. I think Alex killed them, maybe. Chad buried them. They were all in on it, though, of course. TC cuffed and stuffed. Yep. I've had that happen myself before. I've been cuffed and stuffed back in the day. Of course, my nightmares are about dead bodies. Gosh, can you imagine? Hey, there was a guy that lived not far away from me out here in the other holler. I didn't know him because they weren't from this area. But he had his mom and stepdad buried in the backyard out here for 6 months in a shallow grave. Their family was from over in Grundy, Virginia. So they didn't know they were missing. He had told everybody they went on vacation to Florida and gave him the house, and they just left all their clothes and money and everything. Went to Florida, right? Yeah, and he had them buried in the backyard. Y'all ever seen Chad's face, man? He's got like a permanent frown on his face, doesn't he? Let's see if they put out anything new about him this morning since I've been live. Let me go to East Idaho News. Vigil plan for JJ and Tylee as memorials are set up in honor of the two kids. Oh, so they got a vigil. Let's see when it's going to happen. Joshua J.J. Bella's grandparents arrived in eastern Idaho Wednesday and visited Chad Daybell's home, the place where their grandson's remains were found this week. Bouquets of flowers and T-shirts with the words, "Bring JJ and Tylee home," lined the fence outside Chad Daybell's property. Police discovered the remains of JJ and his sister Tylee while serving a search warrant at the home Tuesday. Investigators concluded their work at the home Wednesday evening, but a deputy remained on the site Thursday morning. In Rexburg, a memorial with flowers, photos, teddy bears, and candles was set up at Porter Park. And in Idaho Falls, a vigil is being planned Friday night for the children. The vigil will be held in the large field on the south side of Tsunami at 34060 South 25th East, beginning at 8:30 p.m. Oh, that's nice. Bless their little hearts. He is one sick individual. They both are. They both are. Let's see. Cox family issue a statement. Melanie Poloski issues a statement about JJ and Tylee. Let me click on it. Oh, God, guys. Here comes Jeff Lowe on his Harley. That's what I call Mark. I'm on mute. It's going to be loud. Don't bark, lady. Okay, guys. Sorry. He's out there blasting that damn music. It'll get me in trouble with YouTube. Let me see. Let's see what they say. Janice and Barry Summer, Melanie and Ian is deeply saddened by the recent findings in the investigation into the whereabouts of JJ and Tylee. Their love for them knows no bounds. The family has maintained a strong hope and belief that they were alive and well. With that hope and belief apparently shattered, they struggle to find comfort and hope in this potential new reality. They miss JJ and Tylee very much. The family is very grateful to those who have expended so much time and effort in trying to locate them. Well, I don't think too much of their statement, to be honest. Like, I don't know. They were defending Lori, and she wouldn't even tell where the kids were. And Lori's mother was still defending her. Hold on a minute, guys. Oh, did you bring me a drink? You're a good hubby. Sorry, guys. You brought me a drink. I'm about done. Come on, Lonnie. Yes, Starbucks Frappuccino. I guess I let him slide this morning with interrupting my live stream. Oh, let me get on my chat for a minute. Oh, thank you, Southern Mom. Carolina girl, I hope the medical examiner can work miracles to get answers. Oh, I'd say they'll have one of the best working. Maybe they'll have one of the FBI's medical examiners working on the case. They'll be looking, they'll be able to tell if there's any broken bones, any cuts in the bones, anything like that. Thank you, Mark, for bringing CC a drink. Yeah, these are so good. It's the caramel Starbucks Frappuccino. It's a chilled coffee drink. You can buy it at the store. It's in a glass bottle, right? It's pretty good size. It's like 13.7 full ounces. It is so good. I would show y'all, but I have no makeup on this morning. Yeah, he can be sweet sometimes. He's really annoying, but he's really sweet. Well, he knew he made me late for my live stream this morning because he wanted to go for a ride on his bike, and I was waiting for him to get ready and leave. So I guess this is making it up to me. The word, Jamie, you know I can't pronounce that word. Yeah, maybe they'll have some just at least a tenth better than the guys running Evelyn's case. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, baby. Sullivan County, Tennessee, has never had a case that big happen. There's a lot of crime that goes on down in Kingsport, Tennessee. There has never been a case like that happen out of there to where it's all over the national news. All over the world, everybody knows about it. That's never happened there. They were overwhelmed. You know, usually when a murder happens, and there's been quite a few. There was like a Facebook murder down there. That was an interesting case. But, you know, they've never had to give press conferences and stuff like that over murder. Yeah, they'll speak with the reporter. Reporter will go to a sheriff's office or whatever and speak to them for a minute, but they've never had to do those big press conferences and stuff. Mel says, sure. Yeah, I'm going to let him slide this time. Last warning, CC hates big words. Yeah, I hate some fancy words I can't pronounce. I'm going to have to look that one up, Jamie, so I can pronounce it. I got a thing for, I like to learn new words and their meanings. Then I'll have word of the week. I'll use it all week long to just annoy Mark with. It's just frustrating, and unfortunately, strangers pretty much seem to care more than the actual family. I know it. That's the truth. I felt like we all cared, everybody that was concerned for Evelyn, more than the family did. I was more upset, and I know Bieber was, and a lot of us were more upset than some of the family acted. I'm not going to say that Tommy Boswell, Megan's father, wasn't upset, because I do believe he was. I don't think he ever dreamed that Megan killed Evelyn. But that whole family is weird. I feel terrible for Colby Ryan, lost his brother and sister. Me too. Me too. I feel so bad for him. He's a good kid. I know he's a grown man and he's married, but he's a kid to me. You know, he's really young. It was on the search findings used in court. Jamie, we was just joking. I don't care if you use big words, but I hate big words I can't pronounce. I'm always like, why they got to use that big word for? Why don't they just put it out in plain English for simple folks? Yeah, we were just kidding. So let me tell y'all about this case. about this lady that, let me get off this, that had her kid up in the apartment, his body decomposing. Because I thought I put that in my title this morning. I could sit and talk about the theories with this case all day long. Oh gosh, here I see something. Elderly woman goes on racist rant, tells joggers to go back to whatever effing Asian country they're from. Well, gosh, what a mean old lady. Jesus. I got respect for my elders, but I'm telling you, some elderly people can be quite hateful sometimes. I know young people can too. People of all ages can be that way, but I'm just saying. I'm not age shaming or nothing, but I have met some older people that were quite hateful. Okay, here we go. Mom jailed after bad smell coming from apartment leads cops to toddler's rotting body. And this happened in Ohio. She was arrested Tuesday, an Ohio mom arrested Tuesday after police were reportedly alerted to a bad smell and discovered her child's dead body in her apartment. Okay, citing court records, WHIO reports that a call from a resident in Dayton who reported a foul smell coming from an apartment led authorities to believe there was a deceased person inside the unit. Local police said they requested assistance from firefighters, who ultimately discovered a small child's body in the home. Police reportedly found evidence to suggest the child had been dead for some time. While authorities haven't publicly named the toddler, the Dayton Daily News cited a report which mentions a 1-year-old boy. So this woman's name is Wanisha Smith. She's 33 years old. And several residents, it says WHIO reported that several residents led police to Wanisha Smith, who was booked into jail on preliminary charge of murder. Detectives said they confirmed Smith's other children who don't live with her were safe. The Montgomery County Coroner's Office is in the process of determining the child's cause of death. Prosecutors have not yet formally charged Smith in connection with her child's death. Well, that was horrifying to have to read that. Probably beat the child to death. There's a reason she don't have her other kids. It's probably drug related, and she probably abused them. Piece of crap. I'm not even going to look at her picture. I don't even want to see her tears. They don't cry when they're beating these kids, do they? Do they cry when they're beating the kids, torturing them, sexually abusing them? No, they don't cry. They enjoy it. They cry when they get cuffed and stuffed. They can all burn in hell. All child abusers, molesters, rapists, child rapists, any kind of rapist, they can all rot in hell, as far as I'm concerned. They should be wiped off the face of this earth. Because what are they going to do when they get out of jail? They're going to go do it again because it's just something in their DNA. They have no control over it. It's like these serial killers. They can't control it. They got to go kill. Same way with these sex predators. Only when they get locked up, Jane. When they get cuffed and stuffed, then they cry because they know they're going down. They're never getting out again. I just get hungry around this time. Me too, Tremaine. I'm going to get off here, guys. I will see y'all in the morning. Have a good day. Thanks for chatting with me. there's any updates, I will let you guys know. Peter Griffin, about missed you. Gene says death penalty for crimes against kids. Yeah, I believe, yeah. If you abuse a child, don't matter if you kill the child or not. You're getting the death penalty if you abuse a child. That's the way it should be. Eye for an eye when it comes to kids. Okay, is Peter Griffin Mark? No. Good question. No, he wouldn't take the time to do that. Even though I love Peter Griffin. Here in a minute, I'll take a picture of my wood burning that Mark made me. It's got Peter Griffin. Also got Roger the alien he carved out of wood. Looks just like him. I'll take a picture and post it for you guys. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all in the morning. Be kind. Peace. Oh, crap.